My name is Doug, and I'm in Munson, Massachusetts.
I got the tires off.
Oh, really?
I got them on the truck now.
Let me finish this.
At this time, are there any stations holding emergency or priority traffic? Emergency or priority only?
You got the
Please
what
call now.
lights?
Yeah, it's yeah. I think there's a pair here.
No stations heard. Net Control is now looking for our first region liaison station, Alpha Bravo 1 Tango Charlie. Paul, please call and list any traffic. No stations heard. Net Control is now looking for any stations holding traffic or announcements for the net. Traffic or announcements only. Please call now.
Here be November 1, Quebec Oscar Victor N1 QOV in Pittsfield, running commercial power. Commercial. I have no traffic for the net. Just a couple of quick announcements, Doug, after check-ins. Thank you.
Thank you, Owie. Net Control is now looking for any station wishing to check into the Western Mass traffic net. Any station, anywhere, all are welcome and encouraged to participate. Any stations with or without traffic, please call now.
This is Kilo Charlie 1, Bravo Yankee Delta, Rich in Pittsfield. Commercial power, no traffic. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
This is Kilo Bravo 1, Y Yankee Pipa Foxy, Charlie KB1YPC, Bryan, Enfield, Connecticut. Commercial power, no traffic.
K1FFK.
This is Kilo Charlie 1, Echo Tango Mike, KC1 ETM, Andrew in Shutesbury. No traffic, and good morning.
Let me see if I've got it. This is November 2, Victor Uniform, N2 VU, Donald, Queensbury, New York. Commercial power, battery backup, no traffic. Good afternoon.
Okay, I'll pick it up there. The net recognizes and welcomes N1QOV. Good afternoon, Obi. KC1BYD. Good afternoon, Rich. KB1YPC. Good afternoon, Bryan. KC1ETM. Good afternoon, Andrew. And power source, Andrew?
Sorry, I always forget that part. Commercial power with battery backup.
Okay, thank you. And N2VU. Good afternoon to you, Donald. Obi, go ahead with your announcements, please.
Okay, try to make this quick because I got to go outside and change some tires. Ernie, WA1AES here in the Pittsfield area is looking for an 857D transceiver. Ernie, WA1AES. What else you got here? Locally, a 10-meter rag chew get together Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8:30 a.m. 0830, frequency 28.450. I guess that's lower side. I don't know for the. I'd have to look at them. Lower side, I guess. I don't know. Today is National Pastry Day. I've got a ton of goodies. Weary Willie Day for you folks to know. That's who is that? Emmett Kelly. Emmett Kelly. I imagine he's not around anymore. VHF, there's still a big thing about VHF, UHF openings over the East Coast. And I guess finally, 42 degrees in Pittsfield. Overcast, what is it, with wind out of the south at 9, gusting to 21. Looks like maybe a little rain moving in tonight and tomorrow morning. Otherwise, nice right up till Sunday. That's it from here. Thanks for listening on 1QOV. Back to Nat.
Okay, thank you, Obi. 48 degrees in beautiful downtown Munson. Kind of overcast at the moment, but pretty warm for December, that's for sure. Okay, last call for any station wishing to check into the Western Mass Traffic Net before I close. Please call now. This is Kilo Charlie 1, Delta Alpha X-Ray. Dave in Springfield. Commercial power, no traffic. Good afternoon, Doug. Good afternoon to the net. Here is KV1, JOA, name here is Phil, mobile in Pittsfield, and I have no traffic. This is Whiskey 1 Echo Romeo Foxtrot, Tony, Pittsfield Commercial Power. The freight, it's on upper side bin and at 28.450 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8:30. With that, that's it. Thanks, Doug. Okay, recognizing KC1DAX. Good afternoon, Dave. KB1JOA, good afternoon, Phil, and W1ERF, thank you for that information, Tony. Okay, one last call before I close for any stations wishing to check into the Western Mass Traffic Net. Please call now. Kilo Delta 2, Juliet Kilo Victor. KD2JKV, name, power source, and location, please. Name is Peter, Commercial Power, and QTH Albany, New York. Okay, Peter, welcome. Thank you for checking in. All right, with that, this closes the Western Mass Traffic Net. I'd like to thank the Northern Berkshire Amateur Radio Club for the use of the Mount Greylock K1FFK 146.91 repeater. Time is now 13 hours and 9 minutes. And now return the repeater back to normal amateur radio use. Thank you to all the stations who checked in and those who stood by while the net was being conducted. This is November 1, Alpha, November, Delta, Doug in Munson. Now sign and clear, 732 well.
What do I do with them? Oh, man.
W1DWA, W1DWA, N1 NMO.
N1 NMO, when you're done with your call, chat?
Yeah, I don't think he's around. Very good. Go ahead, Rich. N1 NMO.
How you guys been? It's been a while.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. I did send you an email. I don't know if you got it. How's your father doing?
Well, he went in for the triple bypass. He got out of that, and he wasn't doing too well last night. They went in through the same. They had to reopen him the same way. Went into the heart. I guess blood clots and fluid around the lungs or something.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, sorry I asked. What's the status now on him?
Well, he didn't have fevers last night, and they brought him out this morning, so he actually woke up for the first time in about 4 days, 5 days.
Very good. I know I was out at least 2. Don't remember nothing for at least 2 days, Rich. And then when I did, boy, I was in agony. I can just imagine.
So hopefully this is it. You know, it'd be nice for him to move down. I guess you move down the hall as you progress. So he's still in ICU. We got to get him past that big set of doors. You know.
K1FFK.
Yeah, very good, Rich. Yeah, that's the same down there. They wouldn't let you out of there until you could walk. And then once they found out I had stairs, I couldn't get out of there unless I could walk up the stairs. Hang on a second. All right, Rich, and one animal. Come back.
AC1B waiting.
Yeah, I haven't heard you. In the mornings or anything. So, you still working up around here, or you all over?
I'm back up in Williamstown tonight. I've been on the the Rip Van Winkle repeater there while mobile, because I shoot over 9 and 20 backside into Lebanon there, and I shoot up to Albany to go see my father. So I put my call out on 910. Nobody's there 9 times out of 10, so I switch over to the New York repeater.
All right, very good. Well, I don't know what time you're out and about.
I'll be getting off at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Back on the late shift again.
All right, very good. Well, how are you doing other than that?
Been too bad. Trying to get motivated today. I can't seem to do it. It was a pretty late night getting in last night. And drinking my coffee, trying to wake up.
that's still there.
I'm thinking about getting some lunch here shortly. I'm not sure.
All right, were you home now? And one of my friends called up yesterday. I guess one of the guys had a drone, was flying it, took off on him. So he called me yesterday. He wanted to know if I could look for it with my drone. So I went down this morning, just flew around. I couldn't find it. It's one of them $100 drones or whatever, and I guess the guy said it went out the door, and he says the wind was blowing, and it took off, and that was the end. They didn't see no more of it.
That's a beautiful thing, KC1BYD. A drone rescue by a drone.
That's what I said too. That's exactly what I said. I looked around this morning. I didn't see anything. I think later on, maybe I'll take the video, put it in, and see if I can blow it up a little bit. There's all trees all around the thing, you know. So my thought is it got tangled up in a tree or something.
And that one sounds like one of the about palm size too, right?
Oh, it's a little bit bigger. I'd say it's probably, I'd probably say if it's crossways, it had to be at least 12 or something. Kitty corner one, you know. I'd say someplace around there.
Good luck with the recovery there. I'm sure he would be anxious to get it back.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna see it. Like I said, I looked, I couldn't see anything. I'll blow up the video and see if I see anything from there. But I doubt if I will. And is there something else I was gonna say to you too? I kind of just lost it. And one Animal Friday.
So we all do that, you know. I go into a room looking for something and forget what it is, come back out, remember what it is. So it's all good. KC1BYD.
Yeah, it's when you go back into the room and you forget again what you went in there for.
I got halfway up to St. Peter's in Albany last night. Remembered, I forgot my cigarettes, my lighter. I forgot my wallet, which had my driver's license and the money, so I couldn't stop for gas. I couldn't do anything. It was a fun night. I said, oh, I'm just getting old. That's all it is.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, it is. It's fun to get old. Yes, it is. My buddy used to say, it's life is excellent as long as you can take it, you know. So you got the goods with the bads, I guess.
Yep, and up at the hospital, I had an argument with the inanimate object. As you walk past it, it says, "Pay your parking, your $5 parking here in the I don't know, the hallway or whatever it's called that connects the hospital with the garage." And it took both of my tickets. And then I go out there and the gate's down. I'm like, okay, so how do you know I paid my my parking fee? Get out there and I'm pushing the help button and I'm telling, hey, open the gate, man. I'm stuck in here. I don't have either ticket now. The machine's telling me it wants some more.
Yeah, they say them things are safe, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. Hang on.
jury duty, but she can't get out of jury duty unless they give her a physical. Does that make sense? Or just looking for money?
That sounds kind of weird to me. What does a physical have to do with jury duty?
I don't know. She ain't been in 2 years, so she's gotta, that's what they're doing. Don't worry. If she's got any, well, she'll let them know, and, they wouldn't pick her anyways for jury duty, but that's a different story. Over to you.
Yep. It's easy to sit there and say, do you know any law enforcement officers, blah, blah, whatever the case is. No, if the officer said they did it, they must be telling the truth. All right, you're excused.
Yeah, I got a buddy. First time we ever had to serve, I had to go down I had to serve a month. That's the way it was. You had to serve a month. Every day, you had to call up, find out whether you went in or not. So, my friend had to go every single day, and every single day they asked him, do you know anybody on the police? And I think it was his wife's something or other, some kind of relation to him. And you know any lawyers or whatever? And he answered every day. They never let him loose. They never said, okay, you can go home. Never mind, don't come back. He had to go down every single day. We were laid off at the time. I went down just about, maybe once a week, and that was it for me. Sometimes twice a week, and most of the time it was a quick drinking and driving case or something.
Yep, I'm still baffled about the physical. I mean, I haven't had a physical in a couple of years, so, I got to get one too?
Well, she's trying to get out of jury duty is what it is, but the lady won't, the nurse or practitioner or whoever she goes to won't sign her off unless she has a physical. So that doesn't make any sense to me. I went down, this year down there for jury duty. We were in there, and the guy says to me, he sees me with my cane and stuff. He looked at me. He says, "You have trouble getting up and downstairs with that?" I says, "Yeah, a little." He says, he says, "Here, you're dismissed." He said, and that was it. He says, "All the cases are 3 stories up, 3 floors up." He says, "There," he says, "you might as well just go home." So I lucked out.
No, that's right. They don't have elevators, do they?
Yeah, they got elevators for the other one. I can't think of the name of it. The higher court, but not for the smaller one. I can't think of the other name of it. Superior Court. They got elevators to go to Superior Court, but not to the other one.
I think the last time I was up there was for my divorce, and we still had the rotary around there. And I got there super early so I could get a front spot there. And I had cans tied to my truck, like when you get married. I went to the car dealership and bought, a yellow, pink, and there was another color there. Those markers they use on cars, and I put "just divorced" on the back of my truck window and all that. And boy, I tell you, she was some hot when she pulled around that corner to get into that courtroom.
Yeah, I can see that now. I can definitely see that now. Uh, that went over good, didn't it?
Absolutely. She was in a tirade the whole time and even after. And but I tell you, I got some good compliments. I got a lot of post-it notes on my truck and all kinds of stuff.
Very good. Boy. Well, I guess that's a story. You should write up a book, with everything. Are you deciding whether to get a drone or not? Did you see the other thing? They want us to register our drones.
Yeah, I've been trying to follow up on it, but I don't know, what class, what is in, and what size, and what is it based on. I have no clue. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I went up on they had the thing up there on YouTube, and I think it's the size. I know mine is 60 ounces, which puts it a little over 3 pounds. I think it is. I think that's with the battery, everything. I think it puts it over 3 3/4 pounds or something like that. And I think they want to register them if they want everybody to register, period. But different classifications, I guess. First of all, they wanted to get a pilot's license, I guess, at one point. So I don't know. They got, and this now is just registering it. Well, that's fine. I mean, I can do that. And different classifications now on weight. I'm not sure on all of it. They said it's up on the FAA website, I guess.
JC1BYD. Yeah, I don't mind. If I have to register it, I guess I still want to, pick one up. I An odd thing struck me last night. My brother joined the local fire department, and that fire department has a hovercraft. And apparently, I don't know why the department bought it, but I don't know if it's even true. You need a pilot's license to operate the hovercraft. And my brother just graduated. What was it, last year? And he does have a pilot's license, and nobody else in the department does. So, I mean, does that make sense? A hovercraft? You're not flying. Technically, you're not driving. You're just floating a couple inches above the air on a curtain of air.
Yeah, but it's off the ground. I don't know. I don't know why it would be. You would need a pilot's license. I don't understand that. I did have a student license. I did have a student license, and I guess all I had was just a couple more tests, but I ran into my wife, so everything went to heck. So that was the end of that, Rich. I should have had my license.
He did it for a long time. There was a lot entailed to it, from what he had said, And he did his. He finally got his license. He soloed and all that kind of junk, touch and goes, and I mean he's flown over Pittsfield, and I think the other one was I don't know if it was a few states, what they call the cross country or whatever, but he had to file the plans and prep the aircraft, refuel it, and all that kind of junk, and then get back home. And he had to do one trip without gauges.
One trip without gauges. I don't know. I never heard of that one. I know he had the long cross country, 300 miles. You had to do, and I had that left to do, just a 300-mile trip, and then my written test, and then my flight test. That's all I had left to do. I mean, I was signed off for cross country, and all the rest of the stuff. I used to take the plane. I'd say I'd go up for an hour, right? Running for an hour, I'd be up there longer than that. And next thing I know, I hear them on the radio calling me in. We got another student here waiting for the plane. They only had one plane over there at the time, so I took off. But that was it. I'd be flying. But I
the school program. So they take them down. They have a couple of aircraft down there, and they teach them and they take them up. And Christ, now he can just go out and rent the plane if he wants to, and take her up and go for a flight.
Yeah, that's what I used to do. And then you do all the rest, you come back, you fill in the logbook, say, yeah, I did S-turns, I did this, I did that, I practiced this and that. So, I can't even find my logbook. I left it over the airport, and I used to keep it over there and have it. Like I said, I ran into my wife, I went over to get it. Of course, they were closing. And everything was gone, my logbook, everything. And the only thing I got left is all the paperwork I had. I got my old license that I was, they signed you off on that. And that was it. I couldn't take passengers or anything, but I could take the plane wherever I wanted to take it, just rented it.
K1FFK.
Yeah, KC1BYD. He keeps pushing me. Come on down, take a flight with me. Let me fly in. Blah blah blah. No, I don't do well with heights. Yeah, I'm not going to get up there. We're too low for a parachute, and whatever. I'm just not going to go.
And one NMO for ID. You don't have room for a parachute in there, Ed. That's it. There's no room in there for a parachute. One of them 150s or 152s, there's just no room in there for a parachute.
So that means if something goes wrong, we're going down. And nope, not for me.
They teach you all that. They teach you how to land the plane with no engine. And that's all. It's just minor. It's just a minor detail. You're safe in them little planes.
I don't know, having that faith in the machinery when you're hearing the hum of the motor and all of a sudden the motor conks out. It's like my wife's, well, you have an Escape too. Driving down the road, I still clinch the steering wheel when the motor shuts off, going down like, I don't know, Main Street or something, you think you're going to be driving a tank, you're going to have to tighten up and everything. It goes into electric mode without asking, so I still have that with me, I got to hear the rumble, I got to feel the motor running.
Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah, well, that's what they used to do, He say, look out the window over there. He reached down between the seats with the switch for the gas, So he reached down there and he just shut that off. And the next thing you know, the motor's gone. He says, what are you going to do now? He says. So, you got a routine. It just comes natural, Rich. And them little planes just float with no problem at all, You land at just about any place.
That was just last week, KC1BYD. Somebody touched down on a freeway. I can't remember where, but he landed it right on the it was I think it was 2 or 3 lane.
Yeah, he missed all the cars too, didn't he?
Yeah, I couldn't believe that one. I mean, he's sitting right there in the middle of traffic, and how did you manage to do that?
Yeah, well, they don't tell you to land for that. I guess that's the last of it. They got all kinds of to teach you, I mean, we got pretty low some places, and just about ready to touch down, and that was it. It was right back up, and off we went. But pretty close to, just to make sure you knew what you were doing and knew how to land the thing. So I liked it. I really enjoyed flying, and if I could go back and do it, I would.
It's pretty much with everything else. Scuba diving has its own issues. You're down there, you got a tank of air, and everything. Hobbies have their issues. So
You're absolutely never got into that. I forgot what the problem was there. And jumping out of a plane was the other thing I wanted to do, but I never got that neither.
Nope, I flew on military hops and such, and I'll tell you, the only way I'm leaving is if I have to. If they absolutely have to. I don't want a parachute. I don't want a balloon. I'm just not that adventurous, I guess.
Well, I guess, whatever it is, you like your feet on the ground is what you like.
Yeah, and it's a shame you didn't get a chance to scuba dive, man. It is a wonderful, wonderful experience to get down there 60 some odd feet, and take a look around and swim with the different critters. I made a mistake one time, and I wound up pulling the emergency blow, and I'm totally deflated at that point, and I have about 80, I think I had 82 pounds of lead around me, and I just plummeted right to the bottom, and I landed on top of one of those gray and black manta rays.
Oh, really? Wow. And you were safe. I guess you didn't hit the right spot, did you? And, jeez. My friend used to at work. He used to tell me all about it. They used to go out all the time. If they go any place for the weekend, he'd take that, and they used to go to the Cape all the time. Him and his son. Geez, that was one thing that he really enjoyed doing. So, like I said, I would have liked to try it. I forgot what happened, why I couldn't. And I think that's when I first hurt my back. I couldn't pick anything up or anything else. I think that's what happened. But they had classes over to the Y here.
C1 BYD. Yeah, I used to love going up to Gloucester. I would have my gear paid for, my air tanks, 2 dives for the day, and the permit paid for the lobster. I don't eat seafood, so the guys paid whatever it was at the time. I think it was $10 or $15 for unlimited catch lobster, and I could fill my bag up. And I come back with just a snot load of lobster, and they paid $15 for the whole bag. So they enjoyed it, and I got to dive. I think the best dive I ever had was Hurricane Felix, is when I did my checkout dive, and that was just an awesome dive.
Yeah, I hear it's a lot of fun. You don't eat seafood, huh? Geez, lobster does sound good,
Well, they definitely got a bag full of fresh stuff, so I said, knock yourself out. You rent my tank, you give me the air, which is, I think it was $10 a tank, not too bad. The permit and everything, I'll pay for the gas, go up there. Christ, the next time I went up, they said, you going up? Yep, here's the permit, the air, and I'll give you gas money, so knock yourself out.
And you brought them home a bag, huh? Full of lobster?
Yeah, they weren't complaining. They were nice. I guess they were a good size, too.
Yeah, it's got to be a certain size, don't they? Is there a way to check them for sizes?
Yeah, there was it was like a little claw tool that you measured from across the back side of them. I'm not good with lobster, but I remember how to do it. I can't remember what it's called.
Very good, very good. Yeah, I've had lobster. I've also had soft shell lobster. Boy, they got a different taste to them than the hard shell ones. I don't know. Somebody says they haven't got any difference, but geez, I like the hard shell ones over the soft ones.
And the colors down there are just phenomenal. I mean, I'm a touch colorblind, so whatever I'm seeing was cool. The starfish, seeing them alive and moving around, not just dead on the beach or whatever. It's just really, really neat.
Yeah. I did touch a stingray. We went down to Florida. They had a bunch of them in the tank. And if you stick your hand in there, see, they had feed. You could feed them. But if you stuck your hand in there, they come right up to them and
bad creatures, you know. Yeah, things happen, but when I landed on that one, I don't think he was expecting me from above, you know. Just a big guy, and all my gear and stuff just kind of flattened him there, pushed him down into the sill, and he kind of looked up at me and then scurried off, you know. So
K1FFK.
N1 Animal Friday. Geez, this is awful quiet. I don't usually hear anybody. I talk to George in the morning, and that's about it. Maybe I'll talk to you in the morning.
I'll be on. What was it? The last 2 days I happened to catch the afternoon net, and it was only me checking in, so